Hello, everybody, and welcome to this presentation of our Blended Learning Initiative and why I chose ALEKS. My name is Pat Milani, and I will be presenting this information for you today. Why blended learning? Well, the research shows that blended learning offers a number of benefits for students. Self-pacing, allowing for deeper understanding of content, building engagement with a variety of content delivery formats, improving collaboration as students connect working through different activities, and it promotes ownership of student learning by giving opportunities to self-advocate and discover their own best practices. Blended learning through each of those opportunities allows students to learn and improve upon their 21st century skills in a number of ways without it even being the center focus point of a given situation. For teachers, it makes for easier and more efficient tracking of student progress because of the self-pacing and that immediate feedback. You're getting more up-to-date data, more accurate student data, and it allows for more meaningful interactions with students as there are more opportunities for the teacher to take more of the facilitator role. They're able to engage in that discovery and in that learning and in that practice with the students and be a part of that rather than just delivering information. So why ALEKS? First and foremost, we're going to talk about the curriculum features and the number of options that you have to create your class and link it with this online curriculum alongside whatever you're already doing in the classroom. ALEKS offers an opportunity for extreme individualization for each individual student, and it can be used in a number of situations wherever your district is at in a technology setting. Currently, we are one-to-one. Before we were one-to-one, we had already implemented ALEKS through a setting where we just had department and classroom Chromebook carts. So this is an option for any district, no matter where they're at with their technology currently. With the curriculum features that we had talked about, number one, when setting up your classroom, is choosing your topic. ALEKS currently has a wide range of topics at 72, ranging all the way from elementary, first grade, second grade mathematics, all the way up to calculus and statistics, even offering a couple of options for chemistry, physics, and accounting. Once the topic is chosen, for example, one of the classes I teach is Algebra 1. Once that Algebra 1 topic is chosen, we go over into the textbook selection. You do not have to make this decision, but you are allowed to connect a textbook to that online curriculum that ALEKS is already featuring, and you can tie in your textbook, which is currently for algebra, at 8 different options. We go through, we use McGraw-Hill in our classroom, and McGraw-Hill is an option for that textbook selection. So once Algebra 1 is picked, that entire curriculum is going to be a part of your classroom. Once your textbook is picked, that entire textbook curriculum is also going to join that ALEKS content to be a part of your classroom. And then you can even link up a set of standards. For math, there are currently 4 options, and then I add on that Minnesota State Math Standards. Implementation, how it is implemented and what ALEKS features are utilized. So this is currently what we are doing and how we're using it in our classroom. So for ALEKS, we're using that as a supplement to our math curriculum. As we mentioned, we use McGraw-Hill for the textbook, and we are able to tie that in with the ALEKS selection of the textbook when creating the class. Now within the classroom, we still do give standard traditional notes. We still have some lectures, we have some discussions, but within the blended learning model, that's just going to be a piece of what you're doing. That's going to kind of set up or lead you into your activities or your discovery sessions for your students, or into a bunch of different little types of formative assessments. As we can see here, we talk about a check-in, check-out. ALEKS offers a great opportunity to do that quickly with immediate feedback for your students. It's easy to put together for the teachers, and you get that data collection already done for you where you're just going through and looking at it and interpreting it. ALEKS offers a number of options for activities within the blended learning model. So within blended learning, you're looking to incorporate that technology piece and find different ways to do it. Now we have a number of different ways here that ALEKS offers, as we can see here. The knowledge check, which we're going to talk a little bit about in a few slides, the time, topic, and PI progress, which is all tied into that. And then Quick Tables offers a basic skills practice. I know we had in our math lab classrooms with students that may traditionally struggle with math in years previous. We would take 5 to 10 minutes a day and have them work on their basic skills in Quick Tables. And then quizzes, tests, and homework are able to individualize for each student if need be. You are completely customizing what you're putting into your assignment, and you are able to build that from any of those 3 options for the curriculum that we had talked about, whether it's the ALEKS content, your textbook, or the standards. The pie chart is what we are looking at for kind of that data that comes out of the knowledge checks. So the pie chart is based on standards and the ALEKS content, and it tracks the growth of either individual students. You can look at the individual student growth within their pie charts, or you can look at classrooms as a whole. Within this pie chart, as you can see in that image, we're broken up into different sections, some larger than others. And what that breakup are the different strands of the standards. Within each of those chunks, you have all of the individual learning goals and targets that are a part of that standard and that full strand. So you can break this down all the way individually if you look into that data, down to each individual learning goal, what percentage of students are there, what percentage of students have mastered it, or if you're looking at an individual student, how far along are they with that topic. So very, very detailed and individualized data coming from that pie chart. A few years into ALEKS now, as we mentioned, we were using ALEKS before we were one-to-one. Now that we've been to one-to-one for a couple of years, we're kind of reassessing again now how we are currently blending with ALEKS. We can use that knowledge check at the start of the class. We have the initial look at the student's understanding of topics, where we're at. They're going to get a certain number on their pie chart to see how many of those standards they're already coming in with having mastered. And then what we do within our classroom is every quarter we do another knowledge check to see where that growth is bringing them. Now they can be working on their pie chart with those time and topic goals at any point in time, sometimes when we have extra work days, or if we just have a pie day where we're going to be looking at the opportunity for students to learn and grow within that pie chart, they can be working through those goals as well. The learning can come from lectures, discussions, activities, and those make up kind of all the delivery of our content. And then the students are getting some of that on their own with some blended learning activities. Entrance and exit tickets for quick formative assessments, students taking that immediate feedback and using it to correct and retake anything. ALEKS offers correction and retake options, and then summative assessments as well, both on and off of the digital platform. ALEKS makes things much easier for teachers. We can create very in-depth custom assessments. We're able to seamlessly integrate standards, benchmarks, and learning goals. Very easy to individualize, and you're able to access multiple forms of formative and summative assessments, and again, create those from scratch depending on what set of content you want to be working with. Within the homework and assessment options, here's just a quick look at kind of the options that ALEKS presents. On the left, you can see all the different types of assignments you can create and assign and activities. And then on the right are those different forms of content that we kind of talked about with the textbook content, the ALEKS content, and your standards. Within each assignment, whenever we have the activities or the assignments or discovery lessons that we're doing with ALEKS within our blended learning, students have a couple options to kind of take control of their own learning within that platform. So we can see on the right those couple pictures. They have the opportunity to look at any explanation or example of any problem. This allows for self-pacing. You can individualize based on number of problems or type of problem or difficulty of problems, and it's offering that instant feedback for students to be able to continue to work self-paced and know where they're at and their level of understanding. The impact on student learning, well, what we've seen so far is that work completion is up about 10 to 15% in each class compared to pre-ALEKS, when we were really just working off of other online activities or mainly worksheets, textbooks, things like that. Mastery through extra practice on pie chart topics is now measurable up to the minute. And we've talked about that pie chart and that data a little bit already. And then student engagement and ownership has improved tremendously. Hard to put a percentage on that. That's kind of where that work completion comes from. But the students like ALEKS, they enjoy it. They get a lot more out of it when they have that immediate feedback, and they're really aware of where they're at as they're going through. And then where will we see the impact? Well, coming off of last year without the MCA, we're still kind of working on what we want to see coming out of that as far as a standardized test goes. But within the classroom, work completion, we're hoping continues to climb up to about 20% improvement. Mastery within practice time should lead to higher assessment scores. We're already seeing higher test scores. A couple of my classes averaged about 89, 90% on our first two tests, where we have seen this blended learning and ALEKS as a very daily part of our classroom with the one-to-one initiative. And we're looking for the MCA proficiency to go up. Roughly 50% proficiency in our district a couple years ago, and that was kind of how we had been going for the 5 years prior. And our goal is to get up to 65% in the next 2 years and then continue to climb afterwards. I thank you for being a part of my presentation today. I hope that you got plenty of information and are able to go forward with your own blended learning. And please make sure you think about ALEKS in that math classroom. Thank you. Have a great day.